You now have advantage on dick checks.
I'm writing that on my sheet.
So outrageous the toll. You can lose all you have. He refused to give it to the town that takes all to survive. You must have the will. How this movie doesn't end the way we want all the time. And he shouts at the moon, she's gone. Fears overcome. He was walking a mile. He was walking alone. All
I don't know. I mean, I like it better with picking up the weird butt slapping noises.
I mean, I can send. It's no problem. I can send you an MP3.
Okay,
If you
thank
want
you.
that.
I'm holding you to that.
I install speakers all over your place so you can like just hear that in every corner. It really helps. Like it's meditative. It really helps with like mental hygiene.
I feel like that would help me with the difficulty I have sleeping.
Yeah, there's nothing like screams and noises of pain to calm the mind. At least I find that. It's just maybe it's different for everyone, but
And sometimes a noise like a boot getting stuck in a puddle of mud, only wetter.
you mean that has the same effect or
Yeah, pretty much. It helps.
yeah. I mean there are different, levels of escalation there.
Different strokes for different folks, And
One person likes to listen to like waterfall noises and whale noises, and the rest of us just wants to hear people scream in agony.
well, you shouldn't go chasing waterfalls, okay? TLC taught me that.
Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what
You're
I
gonna
always
have
say.
it your way or nothing at all, but you're moving too fast. Moving too fast.
You guys remember my owl, Mulberry? As you listeners can see on the title card to this episode, our good friend Eugene T drew us some lovely pictures. My owl, he gave Mulberry a suit, a tiny owl suit.
Very cute suit.
I just want everyone to know that in every scene that Mulberry was in so far and will be in the future, she's wearing tiny owl outfits or outfits. And since I assume owls can't dress themselves, you can guess who put them on her.
And who might be making them?
I don't think it has like proficiency in sewing, so I kind of picture it going out into town to tailor and just ordering tiny outfits. And they're like, "Oh, for your toddler." Yes.
I don't necessarily envision how can I put this? I don't envision that being in character for it.
Well,
Like having like a deep passion for dressing up a pet owl.
there's a lot to it that hasn't come up yet. So
And also, you were saying something about it isn't even its name?
it doesn't have a name. That's
Okay.
the point.
Okay. So it doesn't have like a secret name that was replaced by calling it it.
No, never got
Okay.
one.
Oh, it does, but its original name was Melvin.
Melvin,
Okay.
And like, why would you want to be called Melvin?
I'm it now.
And when I'm going to dedicate myself to assassinations and dressing up wildlife.
Hey, look, everyone needs a hobby, okay?
Murder and making animals more fancy. Those are my two passions.
Worshipping the traveler is like takes up a lot of time, but still, you gotta wind down. You gotta, do a little mental hygiene sometimes.
Hey everybody, welcome to Funk Dunk Plays episode 9, The New Beginning. Not really, no.
New hope? No, there's no hope.
There's no hope, and there's no new beginning. Anyway, my name is Sean. I'm the person who talks too much and annoys you, and I am joined, as always, by my two favorite girls who talk not nearly enough and don't annoy any of you.
How would you know that?
I talk to
I've
people.
gotten messages.
And I annoy them.
Really? Tell me
Yeah,
their names.
And then they're just like,
I'll
the people I annoy.
Yeah, I'll get them.
I don't want them to be got.
Why not? It's fun. We can record their screams.
They're in like the wrong time zone. It'd be so much of a hassle.
Just stop listening, you dorks. No, don't.
Don't encourage them.
What am I doing?
you.
Our YouTube monies, no.
Aw.
So we are us, and we're here to have a moderately good time.
We're totes my goats here for you.
Totes goats. Because goats
Yes.
are cool. Radical.
Cowabunga.
Dudical.
Shit, we're all old. This is fucking depressing.
Bodacious.
Let's just
Yeah, I discovered I'm getting old. I mean, on something happened on the latest Dice Funk that for me was very reminiscent of Tron. But when I brought that up in the Discord chat, everybody was saying, "Oh no, I didn't think of Tron. I was thinking of Digimon."
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, but I was born in 1990 and I know Tron. What's going on with me?
Yeah, those
I don't
people
know.
are all like, they just finished kindergarten and they got their little diploma and their parents picked them up.
Even
and...
Skitch was thinking Digimon, not Tron. Just what's going on?
Ooh, that's bad.
They're babies, and their breath smells of milk.
I think that one got away from you. Are we done insulting just everyone who isn't us?
The people that listen to this. Are we done throwing shade on everyone who actually spends an hour a week listening to us? Yeah, I think maybe.
Cool.
And like last time, we didn't quite have enough time to finish what we needed to do with exploring the tower, so...
That's true. If I remember right, y'all are still on the top floor, which was the magic workshop.
I have tentacles. Yeah.
You have tentacles.
Elisa doesn't care. I have tentacles.
Yeah, but you did give me spider climb if I ever feel like climbing up a wall like Spider-Man.
I did.
And that lasts until how long?
I think an hour.
Long rest,
Let me
or
just
an hour?
So
Forever?
the rest of this tower investigation, pretty much.
And you have made a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In a certain young Mr. Muddler.
Is
Very
he young? I don't remember his
Who
age.
knows? Maybe like as golems go. I mean, he's at least. I thought with him, it's definitely implied that he's thousands of years old.
Yes.
Because golems are sort of ageless. They're built and then they just golem from there on until they're destroyed.
Does he have to stand out in the rain to stay as mud, or does he eventually become more of a stone golem?
He appears to be made of flowing mud. However, he also appears to have an unseen boundary around him, whereas if you touch him, you don't get dirty.
That's not why he needs high quality laundry facilities, because he needs to get into the washing machine to stay mud. Because that would be a cool explanation.
That would be better than my explanation. My explanation is just that he's a stickler for looking his best.
Yeah.
Which is difficult when you're cleaning all the time. You're going to get dirty.
Oh, he doesn't have
And
to
so
clean
he
anymore. Now he just has to murder.
And then there's going to get... do you know how hard blood is to get out of fine crushed velvet?
I know a tailor. It's no problem.
Is she fast?
So fast. I don't know, you tell me. How fast is a tailor in this town?
I don't know. One might almost imply that she was relatively swift at her job.
Okay, so are we gonna do things and stuff?
Yeah, because we found the body was headless, probably decapitated by dimension door and something with
closed
demons there were the letters, and the letters indicated that we should investigate the other wizard's tower once we're done here.
Yeah, and then the other letter stating about the distraction that's been taken care of in a workmanlike way, and not to let this happen again, etc. That was the other letter, which I believe you did get to. You were still officially standing in the magical workshop, which is where you are right now, and Muddler is sort of looking at the both of you expectantly, hoping that you will have really exciting things for him to dust.
Okay, I guess I'll just point at the body and say, okay, dust that while we go and look around.
Jesus Christ. Yes, remove
That
all
would be-
evidence.
That would be fantastic. And he reaches into his lapel and it pulls out a gigantic feather duster. Like, there's no way it could have fit in
Is
there.
it pink?
And he just starts it is. And just very delicately dusting every little nook and cranny of his former master's corpse. It will be the cleanest dead body you've ever seen. I have job satisfaction.
Okay, so what were the rooms on the third floor again?
A study and a bedroom.
Okay.
The study is almost like, it's like a mini library. And the bedroom is, well, it's a room with a bed.
Okay. So I guess I'll do a gesture to Wingless to tell him to go over to the bedroom. He's gonna, crawl across the floor and then climb up the bedroom wall and onto the ceiling so we can look down and see everything.
Okay.
And while he's running off to do that, I'll do an investigation on the study. Let's see. Okay, so the study, is that where we found those papers already? Or were those
no,
upstairs?
like, pretty much everything you found was upstairs in the magic workshop.
Okay.
All the stuff about Everdeen Gloth and, all the stuff about the wizards being gay and all that good stuff.
Okay. So I'm gonna do an investigation to rummage through the desk and see if, in the study, to see if I can find any interesting
going
clues.
through his desk. 15. Basically, in the study, all you really notice is that the desk seems devoid of personal items. There's a few books sort of strewn about in its general area of, on advanced enchanting, magical channeling, political strategy, and also history of warfare. But it doesn't feel like any of them are particularly specialized except for the enchanting ones. So it almost feels like they are just the distributed interests of a general polymath. None of it looks like it was his passion, except perhaps for the bit about enchanting, because that was kind of his job.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna sit down at the desk, my eyes roll back, and now I'm seeing out of Wingless's eyes in the bedroom from the ceiling. Investigation, looking for anything suspicious, I guess, on the bed or anything.
Very good. 18. 11, 18. You have your eyesight, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's a magical land
Yeah.
octopus.
Yeah, magical land octopus obviously isn't going to have necessarily the same qualities as, a deep sea octopus.
Obviously.
But yeah, magic land octopus, yeah. You do notice that on the bookshelf, something just seems weird about it.
It's the biggest
you're
dildo
not-
you've ever seen. 86 centimeters.
It's gummy. You do notice that there's something about this bookshelf that seems odd, and not necessarily the size of the dildo on it, because it is relatively large, but it almost feels like it doesn't belong in the wall. Like, there's a disconnect between...
Ooh, secret passages.
It's just, you get a weird feeling about it looking at it, like, something is fucking weird here.
Ronaldo would be proud.
Ronaldo would waggle his eyebrows at you right now, and he would fall in love.
Yeah, so I guess at that, I will switch back to my vision and run over to that room and do I need to roll another to, like, look around the edges of it to see for a way to move it, or can I just shove it and see if I can get it to move?
I would actually probably say roll an investigation to find out if there's like something you need to do.
See if I need to grab
like
the
to
dildo.
check it out. Yeah, right, exactly.
4.
Okay, you actually that's good enough to be comically low.
So I'm just gonna start ripping stuff off the shelf.
Put the dildo in your mouth. It helps, usually.
You attempt to snake your own drain.
Is it a snake-shaped dildo?
No, it's a drain snake dildo. So basically, as you're looking over the bookshelf, you do not see anything with like a mechanism, and you just eventually just sort of like sigh, and you just turn around, and you kind of look at what was it, Quigley?
Quiggless?
Quigless, yeah. You gotta look over at Quigless with sort of like this, like, what the fuck? Kind of like, you said you saw something, and you lean against the bookshelf, and you hear a click, and it just triggers, and the bookshelf slides off to the left.
And I fall in
Which,
the door?
What happened is, it moves so quickly, it spins you like a top, and you just fall on your face.
Okay.
Because that was a pretty bad roll, but I just wanted to give it to you anyway.
Yeah, you did.
Behind this bookshelf is not a hidden passage. It's not a secret chamber. It is another bookshelf. It is a bookshelf hidden behind a
Does it
bookshelf.
Clever.
look like there's anything good on the bookshelf?
50
Like
Shades
anything
of Grey.
Elisa would care about? Not more artificing stuff?
There are very old, very sort of possibly bound in the flesh of sentient beings books
Full of elf.
on prophecy and summoning. And there is a glass case with an extremely ancient book, which is written in, well, it's kind of hard to tell what it's written in because parts of the book are just burnt completely away. It's like it's the remnants of a book, but it's in a glass case.
Would rolling Arcana help me to understand what this book is?
That would in fact be the exact roll I had in my notes, so...
Oh, perfect, because I have a +5 to that. 23.
Here's the problem is we kind of got ahead of ourselves. Looking at it just as it is, the burning and makes it very indiscernible, so you would have to remove it from the case in order to actually, like, study it. And if you're going to remove it, do you wish to do that, is my question.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm going to assume that since all the other enchantments shut off when he died, there wouldn't be anything enchanting this.
Okay, roll me a dexterity save.
Okay.
I mean, you're probably good. Oh, ooh.
Don't explode my snake.
You're not...
Hot.
Because a poison dart just launched out of a secret compartment in the glass case and punctured your shoulder. Basically, you take no damage initially because it's a dart and it's basically just like a little syringe hits you, and you're like, "Ow, the fuck," you know. Next, basically until the poison is dealt with, every hour you're going to take 1d6 of damage per hour until you get something which will cure the poison. It's a very generic poison.
Would it be safe to say that I know I've been poisoned?
I would say you assume that this dart isn't just a dart, because that would be a really silly trap. Ooh, they poked me. Gosh, I'm defeated. You know, I think you kind of assume that it's something along those lines, but you don't feel anything yet because it just happened.
I'm gonna throw the glass case at the floor, let it, shatter, reach up, rip the dart out of my shoulder, and then scowling, look over at Wingless and say, "Can you look around here and try to find something for this fucking poison while I read this book?" So Wingless is gonna scurry off and try to find an antidote somewhere in this tower while I'm looking over the book.
Ooh. Well played. That's a good idea. You probably would have it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a magic tower.
So
if we can't find anything here, we'll have to buy something on the way out of town. But
Yeah. And also, like, it does make sense, because what if
he
accidentally set it off? Yeah,
well, he's
like,
drunk reading his burnt book.
Alright, and because you had rolled so good in Arcana, you can't make out everything, because obviously parts of the book are simply not there. When I say it's burnt, I mean it looks like it was pulled out of an inferno. But what you can make out is it isn't a spell book, but it's a book about a spell. An ancient forbidden spell.
It's a cookbook.
To summon a beast of ultimate power. Like a creature of... I mean, I'm not even talking godlike power. I'm talking beyond godlike power. The words...
It's the Cthulhu hotline.
The words...
Call it Cthulhu.
Gives Cthulhu a wedgie and a swirly is what it does, okay? We're talking a creature more powerful than the entire, like, concept of power that you've even heard of.
It sounds like someone we need to make friends with.
The one word which does keep showing up, but you can never find the context of it. Meaning, like, it just shows up amid smudged and burnt and destroyed words, is the word which translates roughly into common as nightmare.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna look at the book and just nod and say, neat. And then I'm gonna head downstairs to go see where it is while waiting for Wingless to hopefully find an antidote somewhere around
You're
here.
stealing the book, or you're just leaving it?
Yeah, no, I'm taking the book with me.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I mean that book, beyond that, you can probably tell that in the right buyer, that book is virtually priceless. You know,
And I'm assuming they got it out of their portal from their hell friends. So,
I mean that's entirely possible, or you know, maybe they got it at a Barnes and Noble.
fire sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm heading downstairs with the book to go see how its investigation is going in whatever room is there.
All right. What is it doing? Because we left it on the top floor.
Yes.
So did it go downstairs? Did it just sit there and poop?
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible. It headed to the second floor.
Muddler needs something to clean.
Yeah, so it is just shitting everywhere and being like, Muddler, clean that. Muddler, clean that. Muddler, clean that.
Oh, cleaning up his friends. They look so similar. So,
I'm so happy.
Jesus Christ, this guy is killing me.
So you went down to the second floor.
Which was, I believe, the servants' quarters.
Servants' quarters, but there were no beds.
Yeah, he's mud.
And there was just, there was stuff, cleaning utensils, brooms and shit. They were all just sort of, like, lying on the middle of the floor. Like, they just
Is the entire floor just that? Or are there other rooms, too?
Mainly just, cleaning supplies. And, if I remember right, there's a kitchen with a well-stocked larder. By this point, though, I don't necessarily know if you want to open the icebox, because you can kind of get a whiff that the enchantment that keeps the food cold hasn't been running for a little while,
Okay.
and that icebox is starting to get a little bit whiffy.
Okay, just to be, like, thorough, can I roll an investigation for something that looks out of place for that floor? Is that too general?
I mean, yeah, if you're, like, looking for something that looks disordered, like broken or whatever.
No, it's just something that wouldn't belong between the cleaning supplies and the kitchen supplies. Like something...
Okay. Alright, yeah.
That's a 13.
Which is, it's officially above average. You don't necessarily notice anything that seems out of place other than the lack of quarters in the servants'
Yeah, I mean,
quarters.
he's mud. He just stands
No, not just that. It's not just stuff that's strewn around randomly. It's all of the cleaning supplies seem to be in little piles. Like, there's a broom and a dustpan and a rag and like a little spray bottle of cleaning solution in a little pile.
Mhm.
And then over there is another little pile of stuff. And you kind of you realize that it looks a lot almost as if there were spectral or magically summoned servants
Oh.
that had all been dispelled all at once, unexpectedly.
Just unseen servants everywhere.
Yeah, who were just like, Muddler did what he did, but he couldn't do everything. Pro tip, he's probably not a great cook.
Big hands, yeah.
And also he's never eaten anything in his life, so he wouldn't really know much about flavor. He has never been to Flavor Town.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah.
That's terrible. It's a terrible fate. I'm gonna shove some food into his mud face.
He wouldn't know what to do with it.
I'm gonna try to get the spell Wish and give him taste buds.
And then he'd just be like, all I taste is mud. My life has become torture. Why, Master? Why do you do this?
I mean, that's just a cool DM thing. That's not on me.
I guess you gotta be more thorough and change his species to a species that isn't just mud.
Yeah, ice golem.
Make him a chocolate golem.
Wow, that's an existence.
I'm delicious.
And then the town eats him.
Oh shit. This is...
All the ladies need my chocolate salty balls.
This is... Oh god. Every spin we could put on this is terrible somehow. I don't know. Okay. Alright, this is...
Make him a dildo golem. I'm a snake.
I didn't want to say it. This fucking floor. I'm gonna head down to the.
All right, the first floor is the lavishly appointed meeting entry room. Chandeliers, tapestries, huge dining table.
Cozy.
It's actually not cozy. It looks like it just looks extravagant, like the type of place a person who really wants to impress people would greet them, and
But there are no like books or magical items in this room. It's just furniture.
Yeah, there's nothing magic in here. Everything in it is just it's extravagant. It looks like it cost a lot of money. There's a giant fireplace. There huge chandeliers hanging from the gigantic vaulted ceiling.
Okay, just for funsies, because for my funsies, I don't know if for its funsies, but I'm just gonna climb around on the ceiling just look at it from above. Just
Okay, so now you're on the ceilings. You're above the chandeliers.
Yes.
And that ceiling, I'm gonna say, is a good 30 feet high.
Is it just as fancy from above as it is from below?
It looks actually slightly more fancy, because now you're seeing it in a way you've never seen it before.
It's blowing my mind.
And you do have tentacles.
I do.
So yeah, your tentacles are getting a little bit squiggly with excitement.
No one can see it, thank God.
Elisa might see it when she walks in to see.
It's a private
see what
moment.
it's up to.
With your squiggly tentacles.
Yeah, that's just where I'm at until something happens. I'm just hanging out on the chandelier.
All right, hold up. Give me
Perception?
Yeah, perception.
That's my worst
That's a good one. I like perception.
Why did I say that?
Good. Your choice. You said so.
16.
That's actually not bad.
No.
From where you are,
I knew it.
you just, out of the corner of your eye, you look towards the fireplace. Like I said, there was a gigantic fireplace, which doesn't make much sense considering it's a tower, but it exists because due to the wizard. And from your perspective up high, you can kind of see a piece of paper that's behind the grill of the fireplace you weren't able to see from the ground.
Oh. Evidence.
There's definitely a piece of paper in there.
Oh, I don't want to climb down. This is so much fun.
You don't have to. I mean, you can leave that just forever.
No, I'm
and
gonna grab
never
it on
know
the
what
way
said.
out. But for now, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm
You are
Yes.
on the ceiling, hanging out, getting your tentacles all
Yes.
squiggly.
sitting in the chandelier.
You are swinging from the chandelier.
I am so swinging from the chandelier. Just
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Such a
drink.
great
Yep.
song.
So I guess
Yes.
I'll walk in on that and I'll just hold up the book and say,
Okay.
Well, I found something. Looks like they were trying to summon some pretty heavy shit here. What are you doing up there?
I'm investigating. What does it look like to you?
It almost looked like you were having fun. That's a side of you I haven't seen.
Stop being crazy. I reluctantly climb back
Aw.
down. Maybe a little red in the face. And I'm gonna walk up to the fireplace and grab the piece of paper.
All right. The piece of paper is a shard of an envelope, like a tiny bit of an envelope that is not burned. And all you can see is it looks like the return address part of it. All that's left is 3 letters. No, wait, 2 letters. My bad, I fucked it up. All that's left is 2 letters. And those letters are U and T.
Who's
okay, U and T, are there any spaces between them?
No, they are like there. They look like they are part of a word.
Does it look like it's the start of the word or the end
the
of the
middle
word or
Of the word but?
It appears to be the end because there is some blank space after them.
Reginald Butt?
We never did ask him how his name was spelled, did we?
Okay, so I'm gonna grab that, of course, and pocket it and walk over to Elisa and say, "What you got there, champ?"
Okay, I guess I'll stare for a second as I'm handing the book over. Just a little confused.
Yes. Some kind of tome about summoning an elder god? I don't know. It could be fun.
The summoning, you mean?
Yeah, sure.
Well, fun is a word you could use, I guess. So we're gonna take that thing.
I don't know. It seems important to the investigation in any case.
Well, I hope they didn't, make a list of stuff lying around here. Where did you find it, anyway?
Oh, so there was a bookcase inside of a bookcase.
Behind the
Yeah.
dildo.
Yeah, that one.
Behind
I'm
the
actually
dildo.
still waiting for... Quigless, have you found that antidote yet?
Antidote?
Yes.
What did you do?
Some kind of poison dart. I don't know.
All right. As you're talking, you hear a distant thud noise, a rhythmic thudding. Boom, 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 boom.
It's 4 stories.
And then you just hear, "He's clean."
Good job, buddy.
Cool.
I think.
I've already sent my octopus to find it, but do you know if there's any antidotes around here for poison?
Oh, certainly. Lots of antidotes.
Where are they?
And he pauses for a second and goes, "I suppose that depends on which antidote you need."
I need the one for the poison in the dart from the bookcase behind the bookcase.
And he just looks at, "Oh, that one."
Yeah.
And he reaches into the right coat pocket, and he pulls out what looks like a small individually wrapped candy, like a Werther's original. And he holds it out to you.
Okay, I take it, eat it, and send a telepathic message to Quiggless to come back to me.
At which point he says, "There, just dissolve that in water and drink half."
It's too late, I'll just shrug.
Whatever.
Oh no, now you're too cured. And now actually you have gained anti-poison. In which case you will for the next discernible future you will gain 1d6 hit points every hour.
Okay, cool. Can it go above my maximum HP, or will it just keep maxing out my HP?
It will actually it will, if it goes above your maximum HP, they will simply exist as temporary hit points. Until you are cured.
Of the cure?
Okay, so yeah, you can let me know when to roll for that.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess, yeah, I've got Quiggless riding on my shoulders again, and turn back to it, and...
Well, I guess, unless there's anything else here, we can be going to that tower. The other one.
We should visit our old friend, Klexine. He's gonna be thrilled to see us again.
And Mother would go, "Oh, Lexine the Mad. Old friend of ours.
You know him well.
Oh, only for a couple thousand years, maybe.
He's pretty fucking old then.
Oh, wizards. They live forever until they die."
Good for them. So we need a day to get there, yes? Is that right?
Yeah, roughly. It takes roughly 1 day to travel there under normal circumstances.
Does Muddler fit into our carriage?
He would. I mean, he's still officially a medium-sized creature, even though he's on the big side of medium.
Yeah, we could put him on the roof if we had to.
No, that's where the sheep is. Can we get a sheep update up in this piece? I haven't heard of the sheep in a while.
Oh yeah, I really had kind of left that as background noise.
Just constant
But-
sheep noises.
The sheep has been roughly almost the entire time just about 10 feet
Yeah.
away from you, looking at you judgmentally.
Even when you're in the chandelier?
Especially when you were on the chandelier, that sheep appeared to be looking at you, just like straight up with disgust.
Aw.
Like, how dare you? A man died here, and you're playing on the chandelier.
I was investigating.
You monster.
I wasn't.
You absolute
Shut up.
monster. Monster. Monster.
Can you say that again, please?
Monster.
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna get that tattooed. Kick the sheep. No.
If you kick the sheep, you take 10 hit points of damage. Automatically.
This is arbitrary rules. Bullshit.
10 hit points necrotic.
Forever.
Forever. They are not healable.
I don't kick the fucking cunt sheep, okay?
And the sheep, by the way, if you're going to be going directly to a carriage, are we assuming that you're not making any stops before you begin your travel to Harn?
I don't think we need anything, really. We're good.
No, I don't think.
Okay. You all, like, sit on the seats in the coach, and the sheep actually leaps into Muddler's lap and curls up and looks at you smugly.
I'm
All the while, and Muddler absent-mindedly is petting the sheep. He looks very
kind
happy.
of debating shoving the sheep off and sitting in his lap myself. But that would look very, very odd. I'm just gonna, like, nothing. This is just nothing to me.
It's giving you the whole, like, the worst stink eye.
What do I care, you know? Just, yeah.
And you still have tentacles?
I assume.
Yep. It was until the next long rest.
Flippity
So
floppity flop flop flop.
So everybody outside the tower, if they were watching, would see you walk in as Jasmine Sparkle Dust and walk out with tentacles.
Jasmine Sparkle Dust
I
with
mean,
tentacles,
it's a wizard's
yes.
tower. That's probably, just tentacle dust in the air.
And
I don't know what people think of wizards.
actually, when you left, there were only a few like town guards basically there just to keep civilians out, and maintain the perimeter, and they were under actual direct orders to completely ignore you with disdain from the chief detective.
It's just a bunch of sheep.
That's the way I like it.
That's the way.
Yeah, Detective Cobbslock, after you went in, he doubled back and was just like, I want passive-aggressive behavior from all of you.
I'll just wave my tentacles
I
around.
want them to feel very bad about things.
Just flop them around. Showing them off. I'm starting to like these things.
You can shapeshift them, I assume.
Yeah, but anytime there's a wild magic effect that changes its appearance, that's the one thing that it can't polymorph or or changeling out of.
Yeah, but I mean, after you've lost them, you could get them back by.
You could be Jasmine Sparkle Dust with tentacles, though.
Oh.
You could do
Wow.
that, right?
Okay, cool.
I don't know if you could be the Rock with tentacles, but you could definitely be Jasmine Sparkle Dust with tentacles.
Yeah. Just look in a mirror real quick, and now you've seen yourself.
Looking in the glass window of the carriage.
Yes!
I get it.
It now believes you to be extremely vain, and is judging you for that too.
Okay, so let's roll.
In order to get the carriage, you had to, of course, go and speak to a contact with the many in order to get the carriage. He's not like you just have it's not like it's just sitting there idling. And the one thing that did seem a little bit odd to you, but not odd enough for you to really investigate because you were on the job, was that everyone seemed really on edge. Like something was going on, but no one knew what. They gave you the carriage, and the driver, he got paid his money, and he is taking you to Harn. But it was that feeling of there's a chance that something either happened or is happening, but no one really knows what it is, and everyone's kind of worried.
That's not good.
You don't know if that's something. You don't know if it might have simply something to do with all the uncertainties based on what's going on with with Bilfoldor getting assassinated, or what else. But some shit's going down. At least feels like it.
Yeah, but we got a job to do. So.
That's true, and as the Rolling Stone said, when you've got a job to do, you've got to do it well and give the other motherfucker hell.
Who's the motherfucker in this scenario? Exactly.
I don't know. I mean,
Someone's getting it.
I feel like you haven't figured out who the motherfucker
Oh, yeah,
is
that's
yet.
true. Let's get him.
So outrageous to toll. You can